Alright, so now we're going to show you how to install your new Specifix Tubeless valves. So the first thing you do is make sure that your rim is taped really well. Stans tape, it works great, also Gorilla tape, just depending on what kind of rim you're using. And then find out where the valve core is going to go through. So you find that the valve is going to go through right here, and you take a dental tool or something that has a sharp end on it, make a small hole in it. So you're going to go ahead and poke a little hole, and then take your valve, and you're going to actually take the valve, make sure that you screw down the valve core all the way, and the reason being for that is so that when you're pushing it through, since there's a little bit of resistance, you want to make sure that when you're pushing it through, it's not going to bend the core or break it. Okay, so we go ahead and put that through slowly, and when you're at this stage, sometimes people actually just leave it there. So if your tape is extra thick, it actually will just stay right there, whereas it needs to come a little bit further, so that's properly seated. So I actually was able to pull that about another 1/4 of an inch, and now it's properly seated. Okay. Now at this stage, we're going to go ahead and take our O-ring and put it over the valve, slide it on, and then take our lock nut, and this is actually directional. So make sure that you have the recessed side going up flush against the rim, because that'll create an airtight seal with that O-ring. So you're going to go ahead and tighten that all the way. Okay, and I actually like to use my thumb as I'm pushing from the opposing side of the valve, and that makes it so that you're able to get a little bit more tension, make that a little bit tighter. And I just do it hand tight. Make sure you don't use any tools, just get that hand tight, and then now the valve's all set up, ready to go. And we've designed these valves to actually have a quicker burst of air than most valves. So like a Stans or some other type of valve, they have a smaller opening in the grommet, which makes it so it's a little bit hard to air up. But with these have a wider opening, which makes it super easy to set up tubeless. It'll work with most tubeless, well, it'll work with all tubeless tires. But if your tire is a little bit of a challenge to get set up, then you can actually remove the valve core. And so we include with every set of valves a little valve core remover, and you're just going to go ahead and unthread that. Okay, and by doing that, it's going to make it so you can get a quick burst of air with a tubeless tire pump or a compressor. I'll give you a quick burst of air and get that all set up. And then once your tire bead is set, go ahead and install your valve again, and just thread it in there, make sure the threads line up, and then use your core removal tool, and you're going to go ahead and tighten down that valve, just make it snug, and you're ready to go.